21. Guys, 21 porn blogs followed my art blog yesterday. That's kind of excessive if you ask me. I sure do hope they like memes and volleyball anime because that's all they're getting. Hey guys! So, welcome to another speed paint. This time it's a little different, as in, it's a speed paint for a comic that I posted yesterday. You should find the link in the description and maybe at the end of the video. I'm not gonna post the dialogue in this speed paint, so it's only the picture, so there's no context behind it probably. So it's 9 a.m. and it's about 93 degrees, so it's safe to say that I love California. So I was gonna talk about posting your art online because I've been posting my art online since I was about 13. God, the time has gone by so fast. And I thought I would tell you guys what I know about posting it online and how to post it in a way where you get more attention, or just certain things like that. So if you're posting your art onto an art website, then it's pretty easy, like DeviantArt or something, because that's what the site is catered to, that's what it was meant for. But if you're gonna post your art somewhere else, like Tumblr, let's say, which is more of like a blogging site, or maybe even Twitter or Instagram, which is also kind of blogging-ish, then you might not know where to begin. You might be wondering, because I know this is a very common question, if you should make a separate account for all of your art, or if you should just post it on your normal one. Let me tell you what I did. I used to have a DeviantArt for the longest time, but due to, a lot of issues with the rules and reposting and stealing and all that very fun stuff, I decided to move to Tumblr in 2013, 2014, around that time. And I decided to make a different blog for my art, but I did it as a side blog, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I made a whole separate thing for my art so that it wouldn't be in the same account where I reblog a bunch of stuff. And to be completely honest, I think this is a very good way to go for most people, because if somebody really likes your art and then they go to your account and they see it's mostly just other people's work, it's like you use it to blog for all your other stuff, some people might not want to follow you even if they really like your art, because what if they're not into the same things as you? Maybe they just really like your art, but they don't like what you post, And I follow, out of like the 500 people I follow on Tumblr, over half of them are art blogs, and I really love them. And listen, if your art is really great, somebody really likes your art, they're probably going to follow you anyways, even if it's just a blog where you post everything. But you'll have a better chance of people following you more often if you have a blog specifically for art. This, of course, applies to most websites. Like I said, it's, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not really sure what other websites there are. I know there's a lot, but I don't use a lot. But yeah, and then also a quick thing about Tumblr and probably other websites that I don't know of is Tumblr gives you the option of making a side blog. And the difference between a side blog, like making your art blog a side blog, or another blog, is if you make a completely other blog for your art, you would have to make, a new email and then make an account from that. Or you can do a side blog, which is what I did, which is you still use your main blog, but I don't know how to explain it. It's a side blog. You don't have to make a new email. And I did that because I was afraid I would be too lazy to sign out for my main one and then sign back into my art one and have to deal with two different accounts. To be honest, I very much regret that. I wish I would have made a whole new account for my art one, because if you send a message to somebody, or if you send a message to somebody, it's gonna be under your main account name. It's not, you can't really send any messages with the name of your side account. So if I was to send somebody, let's say somebody was a supporter of my art and I wanted to thank them by sending them a message, if I did, it would be under my main account, and most people who follow my art blog don't follow my main account, so that's kind of an issue. But honestly, yeah, if you're gonna make something with Tumblr, you should probably make a whole new account, unless you're totally okay with not being able to do much under your account name, your site account name. Some easy ways to get more attention for your art when posting online, because I will tell you right now, it's hard to get attention for your art online. There's, it's especially in the beginning and you don't really have an audience to build on. But I will say, for me, the best thing I did was contribute to fandoms. I've talked about this in multiple videos, but it's the one way where it's the best thing you can do to grab an audience. Contribute, do a lot of fan art, do comics, do I don't know, just anything. People really like video games and TV shows, cartoons, anime. People love that stuff, and people are always looking for more artists that contribute to that fandom. I mean, for crying out loud, 99% of the artists that I follow are fandom artists of my favorite show. So don't underestimate how powerful fan art is, and don't feel like you're catering to people if you're doing it. As long as you're doing it for something that you genuinely enjoy, you shouldn't feel bad about it. And if you want to do, if you're more into original stuff, that's fine. You can still do that, but there's a better chance that you're going to get more attention if you do some kind of fan art. You can do both. I'm just putting it out there. It's the truth, and I'm sorry if it upsets you because it upsetted me too, but I like fan art, so it's fine. Also, when you draw fan art, make sure you make it easy to find. For Tumblr, and Instagram and Twitter, I think you can tag the fandom that you're contributing to with hashtags on Twitter or whatever, and Tumblr you tag it. For DeviantArt, there's a lot of groups that you can join that are specific for fandoms. I used to be a part of at least 100 groups when I was back on DeviantArt, so make sure that you do that. Make it easy for people to find, because if you draw fan art and you just post it out there without any kind of tags or without entering it into some kind of group, then it's going to be hard to find. So yeah, that's a good thing. Become a part of the community. Yeah, do that. One of my biggest pieces of advice, which nobody listens to for some reason, is to pay attention to when people are online and then post your art then, okay? So I know there's a whole bunch of time zones and stuff, but you'll figure out when the majority of your followers are online, or you figure out when the majority of the people of the fandom that you're contributing to are online. And that's when you post your art, because there's gonna be more people online, there's gonna be more chances of more people seeing your art. It's pretty much common sense, but I don't know, I've told people to do this a lot of times, and they'll be like, okay, and then they'll post their art at midnight around specific Pacific Standard Time, and nobody's online, and then they get frustrated because nobody saw their art. Even though I told them, you have to pay attention to when you post your art. It sounds dumb, it sounds like it doesn't work, but I swear it does. And another thing you can do is you can post your art at a certain time, whatever time you think is best, and then a couple of hours later, because of time zones, you can reblog it. You reblog your own art. And there's a lot of people who don't like doing that because they feel bad and they feel embarrassed because they're reposting their own work. But who cares? It's your blog or your account or whatever, So whatever makes it possible for more people to see it, just shove it in their faces. Shove your work. You worked hard on it. Make sure people see it. At the same time, I don't only want you to focus on getting attention for your work. And I'm not saying that attention is important, because, as I've said, artists thrive on feedback. And that's great, but don't just draw because you want attention. Make sure you genuinely enjoy making artwork. Even if drawing frustrates you and you want to tear your hair out, if you enjoy doing it overall, then that's a good enough reason to keep drawing and wanting your audience to grow and wanting to improve and whatever. Anyways, I'm done. Yep. This comic, again, is on my Tumblr. I'll leave the link to the comic below. Thank you so much for watching. I post videos every Tuesday and Saturday, and I take video requests. So if you have a request, just let me know. Also, my commissions are open, so if you want to pay me to draw you something, just about anything really, you can find my commission information in the description below. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!